So when I ask you what your one number is that you need to look at, I'm expecting that at least you should know how many visits per day you need to A, break even, and B, make your profit imperatives that fund your personal life. Because basically, break even is revenue minus all your expenses. Every single one of them equals zero. That's your break even point, okay? So if you know what your expenses are, then you need revenue equivalent to that to break even. And if you know what your average visit is per dollars per visit, divide it out and you can see exactly what that number is. Divide it by 20 days of work for the average month, then you know how many visits you need every day. What do you have to see per day? Just like we ran through these examples, how many people do you have to see per day to hit your imperative? First, your break-even imperative. And then second, your profitability imperative, which funds over here, funds your house and your family and everything else. So that every day when you go in, if you know that you got to hit, let's say, item 1, the 100 visits per day, then at the end of the day, you know whether you've done well or not. You can look in your appointment scheduler a week out and say, I'm good next week. You can then rest easy. As opposed to if next week you look at it and you see only 50 appointments, then you know you got to scramble, but at least it's not next week. And so maybe you can get some other additional patients in. But if you find this stuff out at the end of the quarter, game over. You can't do anything to impact your business. And so that enables you to look very quickly at your schedule, at the amount of work your PTs are doing, et cetera, and know whether or not you're generating the number that you need. And it provides some certainty in this current environment of insanity that we've all been living in. And it can give you some ease and some confidence that I know where I am. Because knowing where you are is half the battle.
These are tools that help reduce the emotional aspect of it and increase the logic and rationale, increase that thinking brain that we have, which allows us to operate much more rationally and efficiently, because we all know when that emotion gets kicking in, especially the emotion around money, not having enough money, not able to pay our bills, feeling like a failure, and all these other things that happen, we tend to show up in our business not as our best selves, and we tend to communicate not in a very positive, optimistic way, helpful way to the team that is there to help us get and achieve these goals. And John and I saw this firsthand last week at the Lighthouse Connections, talking to your staff, talking to your managers and these leaders, and every single one had the same exact problem. Every one. And I know, and John knows where this comes from, and a lot of it comes from exactly what John is referring to, getting that clarity and getting more comfortable with this financial stuff so you can truly be this curator, this advocate, this person that is overseeing and running your business.